here. We're happy to see you.
Hello.
I'm Heather. We've got Jill here and our special guest today, Joelle.
Miss Joelle.
Hello.
I'm going to adjust the camera so it's a little more centered for you guys because that is important, right?
It is important. It's important that we're all focusing. We're live. Remember last week when we didn't go live?
Yeah.
Okay. So we didn't go live because we're like, what if we just recorded
We
this?
were trying something new.
And what if we, because I can edit this video. I got an app. I'll edit it easily. You know what wasn't easy?
What wasn't easy?
Editing the video.
Okay. Because I was also thinking, we are called live episodes.
Well, and to be fair, because it wasn't edited, it might as well have been live.
Yeah, true. It's like you caught the replay.
Yeah. Oh, but I was trying to be cool because I have new toys. I have this like app that like can like cut out all the ums and the pauses. And I was like,
I should give you my stuff, then you can cut out all my
I'll
because
have
I get a
to
lot
do
of ums in my stuff.
Me too. But it didn't work out anyway, so it doesn't matter. So we're back live in true authentic form.
Yay.
And so happy to be back. I'm happy to have a guest too.
Thank you for having me.
Oh my gosh. And Joelle, I met you over a year ago. 2
Yeah.
years ago maybe
Oh,
at
wow,
this
that's
point.
a long time.
Yeah,
She came in for past life regression.
yeah, I was a client.
Yes, and you've been on a journey since, and we're going to talk about that today, which I'm so excited
Sure
about.
have. It's been a journey.
So it's a beautiful thing, one, to see the growth and the shift and the change that you've created in your life. So I'm so
Yeah, it's been
excited.
pretty cool.
So before we get to that, what is going on at Ritual Space these days?
Girl, I've been under the weather consistently
You can tell because your voice is
for weeks.
cute.
I still don't
Scratchy.
feel great. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't feel great. But I'm here because I really love this. I don't miss it. But don't be like me. Please rest. Please chill.
How many episodes do we have to do about rest before we can get Jill to rest? No, but we want you to be here, so I'm glad that you made this choice. And I hope it's restful. And if you need to take a break and like go off camera, you can.
Sure. Yeah. I lost my voice, and I haven't like lost. That doesn't happen to me very regularly. I don't remember last time I lost my voice. However, I did for like 3 days. And you don't realize how much you need your voice until it's gone.
Especially as a hypnotherapist.
Oh,
Probably.
man. I sounded like Nosferatu.
Oh!
Like, have you seen Nosferatu? The
No.
newest one?
No, I don't. I can't with that.
He's like... like, he's just like... that's what my voice sounds like. And then yesterday I sounded like Marge Simpson. But all that to say, we have so many great things happening at Ritual Space, but I've put a pause on them because I don't feel well enough to hold space, if I'm being honest. So
yeah.
Taking a little bit of a pause as we go into Thanksgiving, but I'm really excited for December because we have a really empowered lineup of activities. We have a self-care Saturday market on the
You're definitely going to be
6th.
there for self-care.
Yeah. Number one person that needs it. But that's really awesome. Shelby Harvey from Happy Human Wellness and Kelly Porter put on this beautiful like vendor market. There's going to be bar classes or Pilates sculpt classes in the studio. There's going to be vendors outside and inside Ritual Wellness Space. I love that I get to host and just enjoy the effervescence of the day. We'll have massage. There'll be some clothing vendors. I think some tarot reading happening. You can catch a Pilates class. You can connect with all these other local vendors, and it's perfect. Take advantage of the shopping for the holiday season. Support small local business.
Yes, I love a market.
Oh, so fun.
Buy your family some sage.
Yeah, please. Like,
or buy yourself some sage for your family for the holidays.
Yeah, that part.
Yeah. Definitely gonna take advantage of the body work. That's something that I feel like I need to do more often. Is more regular, like body and energy work.
Yeah, because I'm interested in your throat chakra situation
well.
now.
Yeah.
as well as I.
Have some fun stuff to uncover.
Dude, it's been rough. So even though I'm trying to like take my own medicine and like take some time to rest and not force to do so much. I think everyone could use some slowing down as well.
Yeah.
So we're still gonna do Mindful Monday on Monday. You can join me here, but also stream live. But I've also started this virtual collective community as well to connect, share our successes, our goals, and then work through any stress and challenges that we're having, and do some guided imagery journey, and that's Tuesdays at 7:30, and that's virtually.
Amazing. I think I've watched you on that. I enjoyed that. I did the meditation at the end.
I want to
Yes.
join.
Yes,
I'm
it's
going
great.
to join next.
Thank you.
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, I just think we all just need that, like, the sweet nothings whispered in our ear
Yes, please.
Yeah.
all the time.
I was
Check.
totally zoned out. Totally zoned out on my couch in my living room getting
Aw.
hypnotherapy
I
know.
from you again,
I did.
just from home.
I love it.
I'm here for you in your
Yeah.
pocket.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Anyway,
Awesome. Sounds
So
like good stuff at Ritual Space.
always.
And now let's transition to a new segment that we started right now, which is Let's Trash the Astrological Signs. Because last week we were talking a lot of shit about some of our signs, some Capricorn, some Taurus,
And I really reflected on what you said.
and I also have an update. I want to make sure I say something about a Taurus.
Were you a Taurus?
Yeah.
She is quite the Taurus.
Yeah.
And it's I think what my biggest complaint is like, this is like, if it would be helpful to maybe change perspective on something because something is like harming you, it's like really hard to change a Taurus's mind or influence a Taurus's mind because they're just like, oh, I totally hear what you're saying. No. Like, no, though.
Well, it is
But,
a
like,
bull, right?
Yeah, it is stubborn bull. And Capricorn is like, no, because of all these reasons. And Taurus is just like, no, because no. Mm-mm. Like, there's no budging there. And I don't know which is worse, but both are fun and we love them. And
Really-
you have your right to be stubborn.
Really,
Okay.
I really thought about what you said, and maybe this is a very Taurus thing to say, but I don't do things I don't want to do.
And I applaud that.
And what better reason
Yeah.
do you really need?
None. And I fully support that.
Let
and
that be a full fact.
respect that. Respect that. And I'm really glad that you are starting to think differently about rest after so many times of burnout and so many, because that's what I'm talking about. It's like when things would be better for you, you just like don't want to go there because it's just like different. I don't know like what the experience is internally. Like what's the resistance there?
Yeah, well, I think I'll speak for myself, but I feel
Yeah.
like Taurus energy is also like, I know what I like, so I'm gonna stick to it.
Got it.
Thank you for your
Right.
recommendation, but I'm gonna
Yeah,
I'm
that's
gonna-
how it feels.
I'm gonna continue to learn this lesson the hard way.
There you go.
Um,
That's it. That's
Because
your
it's
shadow.
comfortable.
There you go, it's your
It
shadow.
is, right? Comfort and luxury and pleasure.
Familiarity with
Yes,
something.
is like so. I value it, and also to my detriment.
Yeah.
And I have to like learn it the hard way in order for me to be inspired to
Got it.
rebrand. if you
Right,
will.
right.
Because it has to be aesthetic.
Yeah, it's gotta be a
I have
vibe.
to rebrand that experience.
You
I have
rebrand.
to rewire.
You're rebranding your throat chakra right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
Sometimes it takes more, 3 or 4 rebrandings, right?
Yeah.
That's
Maybe
right.
5.
You know,
And-
I'm being
and-
inspired.
So
To,
you have your right to your process, so I'm gonna complain, but I also do it with love.
No, I totally understand how much of a pain in the ass I am.
Here is
I understand.
Here is what I want to complain about today.
Mm.
When it comes to a Libra, and I was thinking this without knowing, we have a Libra in our midst.
Hey.
Joelle's a Libra.
Oh, I am
Another
a Libra.
Venusian queen ruled
Yeah.
by Venus.
And I love
Yes.
a Libra. And I have a Libra rising, so I get it on some level. But when somebody is a Libra, I'm like, are you? I feel like I can never truly know if they're okay. You know what I mean? When I ask a Libra, like, are you okay? They're gonna be like, yeah, totally fine. And I
Yeah.
feel like the only time they would say no is if they were like, oh, like my carotid artery is bleeding out. Can you just pass me a tissue and I'll like handle it? And I'm like,
Well,
that's the
yeah.
definition of not okay. Like, where were we like 20
You can see
minutes
it.
ago?
You can see it
Peace
from
and
both
harmony.
sides.
The sign
Yeah.
is peace and harmony.
Peace and harmony.
It's balanced scales, and then if we're bleeding out, the scales are a little unbalanced.
Right, so we need a tissue.
So we need something.
I feel like Libra can really like see anything from both sides.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the truth.
Do
Yeah.
you feel
Yeah.
like you don't want to bother people? Is that like?
Oh,
And I
no,
know
I
there's
have no problem bothering people.
Okay, I just might not understand because I know
I love
there's
that.
different levels of like.
So it depends if
awakening.
you're it depends if you're a September Libra or an October Libra.
Which one are you?
I'm October,
Oh,
but I'm
okay.
also I'm also a Leo moon and a Cancer rising.
Mhm.
So those things have a lot to do
Totally,
with
it matters.
your Libra.
Yeah.
But Libras are they like beautiful things aesthetically.
Yes, which I love too.
yeah.
I love that.
We like balance, peace, and harmony.
Mhm.
We are ruled by Venus, so we are really the relationship sign, and we really are the justice sign.
Mhm.
So if you, so for me as a Libra,
Mhm.
if you disrupt justice, you're going to see a side of a Libra you don't want to see. That's when you'll see that I'm not okay, Libra.
Yeah, yeah.
But otherwise, Libras are pretty
not
balanced.
okay right now.
We are. We're pretty balanced. We're relationship
Is
oriented.
it, so tell me this, is it genuinely like, if I say are you okay, and you say yes, is it genuinely because you are okay?
Well, then that's going to take you into whether or not that Libra is a people pleaser or not. Like if she's in her where she's at spiritually, where she's at with self-awareness.
Right.
Otherwise, because a Libra wants to keep peace and harmony, she may say she's okay, but she's really not.
Really not. Yeah.
So it really comes down to that
a
understanding
good
our shadows, right?
Right.
Understanding that piece of who we are.
So let me ask you this as a more awakened Libra. If I asked you, are you okay? And you really weren't, would you respond with like no, or would you respond with some like balanced nuance response?
Me personally as a Libra,
Yeah.
I am one who isolates if I'm not okay. I'm an isolator if I'm not okay. I'm not one who I'm more of a person that people come to for advice than go to.
Got it.
But I think it's an individual thing with your whole soul blueprint, right?
Yeah.
I think it depends where you are, where your moon is. It has so much to do with
it really does.
your whole birth chart.
We're very much oversimplifying.
Yeah, it's so much more to do with it. But isn't it? It is. It's a diplomatic. It's a Libra answer for sure.
Libra.
It's like I don't know.
I can see
it could
this
be,
from all
it could not.
sides.
I can see it from
I
every
must
side.
My best friend is a Libra, and she literally can understand every person in the worst circumstances. She is going to have something to say that's like, here's why this is okay. And in the best circumstances, she can be like, I can totally see why this is a terrible thing. Like she is so centered all the time, naturally.
Unless you really do. A Libra, though, if you tip that scale of justice, that's the thing. If you tip this, something is against justice, like I said, you'll see a side of, at least me as a Libra, that you're like, oh, that she is nothing about peace and harmony right now.
Right.
But normally, a Libra's pretty balanced.
Well, and that sounds like that's speaking to my soul, because you just said you were a Leo
moon,
and I'm a Leo sun too, and I'm like, tell me about some injustice and see what I need to go.
Yeah, then you're
down.
like, it's a whole nother. So it's a lot has to do with it. It really does. It has
Maybe
to
we
do
need
with
to roast the Leos next week, just to be fair.
I think we should.
I think there's probably a lot of ammo. Okay.
I think everybody should have their soul blueprint then. Because
tell us about. So let's transition into more about you and what you do, because is that your signature offer?
No. So I am a holistic RN. I'm a spiritual midwife. That's kind of how I describe it. I help people work through their inner child wounds, their shadow work, which, we are going to be working together doing some great things, because that's the core of it.
Yeah, and you're alluding to a workshop that's coming up in December, where all three of us are going to be offering healing modalities on different topics.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So psyched about that, and maybe we can talk more about that later. But
it's going to be great. So, what I do is really work with your shadows, because we all have them, and we have our trauma. So underneath that trauma is your gifts, right? We all have gifts. We all have a soul purpose. So as I work through clients, and they're, depending on how they are spiritually awakened, where they're at in their walk, when we work through that soul blueprint to really show them where their karmic corrections are, maybe where those shadows are, maybe why they keep repeating certain cycles in their life, whether it be relationship, whether it be different types of things that come in. We do repeat things over and over again, and as we keep working through them, it's like new level, new devil. It kind of keeps going as we keep working through those shadows. So I really am focused on helping people through the inner child trauma. I lived through inner child trauma. My children had inner child trauma through my divorce, and it really has become my passion, my purpose, which I learned through understanding my soul blueprint.
Got it.
So I thought that Spirit God was taking me through all these modalities of different types of birth charts, Vedic astrology, your human design, your life path, your soul urgent number, your personality number. There's so many different things you pull from, and then you can really truly get a map of your life. And that really helps, especially if someone's seeking purpose, right? And understanding why they went through pain.
Right.
So that is an advanced part of what I do, because you're not going to take somebody who's not spiritually aware. It's kind of balancing out where they are. But my core of what I do is really, my signature is the sacred mirror, because everything's a mirror.
And so where are you from that you say mirror
Where am I from?
instead of mirror?
I'm from New York. So is my New York coming out now?
Yeah.
So I am from
Sacred mirror. Okay.
Yeah.
I love
it only
it.
comes out once in a while. Sort of like pencil, right? Certain words. I'm like, where are you from? And then, I'll joke around and say, Georgia.
yeah.
So upstate New York, but now I live in Florida.
Yeah.
So it really is my soul path is to really help people work through that trauma, because we all have it.
Yeah.
There's not a person on this planet that doesn't have trauma, but we are not our trauma, right? We are light. But in order to get to that light, we need to work through and accept those shadows, right? We need to accept it. We need to learn self-love, self-acceptance. And there's a beautiful thing about coming to a place where you don't really give a shit. You know what I mean? It's such a peaceful thing of not constantly seeking that outward validation. And so it's my passion, and this is, why I'm here.
So you would start people off when you work with people in your Sacred Mirror program or sessions?
Yeah, I offer that. The Sacred Mirror is a course that I designed, and that is for people who really want to start to understand the spiritual path, their healing path, but maybe they're not ready to be honest, right? Like when I came to see you, I was very much seeking, right? I was seeking spirituality. I was seeking my purpose. And I was ready to come forth and have someone work through that. But some people are not ready to get honest with me or themselves. So the Sacred Mirror course is designed so that someone can purchase it and work on it in their own home.
On their own time.
On their own time. And it's 6 modules. It's lifetime access. It's doing journal prompts, meditation, breath work. But I have certain questions through each module: the inner child, reparenting yourself, all these things. And then if they feel comfortable, they can upgrade to sessions.
Okay, gotcha. So
then they can say, I want to upgrade for a couple sessions. And then built off that, I have another coaching course called the Healing Heart. And that is a little more advanced, because then we're learning about our attachment styles, our mother-father wound, why we keep experiencing the same type of things. And that's kind of the next level, and that does come with coaching.
Got it.
And then I have one-to-one coaching packages. They're transformational. They're for people that are like, I'm all in. Like, I'm here to do that awakening. So I do 6 sessions, 90 minutes, because I don't feel 60 is enough, because you're digging some deep shit, right? And so you're going to sit there and I'm sorry, time's up. I can't do that. Sorry, get out. I'm sorry we just opened up your wound.
Pause your shadow.
Bye, I got to go. So it's a 90-minute session, and then 12 is literally the awakening transformation. Because when people say to me, I've been in coaching or counseling for 20 years, you're with the wrong therapist. You should not have to be for 20 years. You need to get to the core. And what's the core? Your root chakra, your childhood trauma. They correlate together. So as you do that and you work through your traumas, you're also working through your chakra system, right? And you're clearing the chakra system. Because if not, this is where my nursing comes in. You're going to get physically sick. You're going to have anxiety, right? Sometimes my throat chakra was blocked and I had thyroid issues. I had nodules. So I went to hypnotherapist. I went through energy work and I had to clear the throat chakra.
Got it.
As you can see now, it's totally clear.
Yeah.
Amen.
It's totally clear.
I love it.
So you know, it's a
Go.
process, and I also then work with other practitioners of, okay, I'm going to get you to a certain point, and now maybe you want to go a little deep,
Yeah.
and you're going to see Jill for hypnotherapy, or
Right.
you're going to see Heather for Reiki, because now that energy that we're moving and that trauma, I want you to go see somebody, because now let's move that out.
Yeah.
Because that energy is stagnant and stuck in
Yeah.
your fascia and your organs.
Yeah.
So, you know, there's amazing practitioners, and more people are becoming awakened and self-aware of their trauma. And to put it bluntly, you can go and do outside stuff. You can seek outward validation. You can go get more Botox. You can go get, double D's. You can go get a new car.
Right.
You can go through another lover, shopping. You're never going to be fulfilled with outside validation. These are beautiful things, but you have to do the inner work. We can biohack. There's no spiritual bypass. You have to do the inner work, the inner healing, or it'll haunt you through your lives. And you'll come back and keep, until you elevate the evolution of your soul, right?
Yeah.
So we're gonna collaborate.
Yeah, let me ask you about that process. So let's say, I know a lot of what makes people resistant to move into this inner healing work is they feel, maybe even subconsciously, maybe they're not even ready to admit this to themselves, but it really seems like they're afraid. And I know this was me in the beginning, like they're afraid that their worst fears about themselves, the negative things that they've been taught, conditioned, believe about themselves, are going to be confirmed to be true.
Yeah.
And I think that keeps a lot of people away from even starting this process. So if you have somebody who kind of resonates with what you're saying and is kind of seeming like that might be me, what would you tell them about their trauma? What are they going to be learning about this really like deep, dark thing that most people would rather just not face head on? Is there something you can say to encourage them to initiate or continue down this process?
Yeah, absolutely. So our biggest reason and our biggest gift and our biggest reason why we're here is under that wound.
Yeah.
It's under that trauma. And people are afraid to face that trauma because their nervous system is so dysregulated, right?
Right.
Some of these traumas are so subconscious that we just go through triggered, which we were discussing earlier.
Yeah.
We have so many triggers in life, and we think that something's triggering us, right? An issue. It could be somebody at the grocery store, somebody in traffic. It's not that's what's triggering you.
Yeah.
The trigger is something that is there to help you heal, help you to look inside. So that's why, to be honest with you, I created that Sacred Mirror course, because that is exactly for that type of soul.
That's the first course.
That's the for the soul that's coming forth like, I know there's more. I'm hurting. I'm in pain, and I don't want to feel this way anymore. They're suppressing with alcohol, they're suppressing with different types of things, but they're just finally coming to a path. And these people usually they're having a spiritual awakening, right? Their soul's knocking on their door and saying, there's more than this. And when you read my book, okay, in that book, through each chapter in this book I wrote, that's really comes from my soul. It's called The Rebellious Soul, but it really was birthed. You can get it on Amazon, by the way.
Heck yeah.
It was literally through each chapter saying, every adversity I'm going through, my soul was saying, but I know there's more than this. And it's kind of what kept leading me. And I know you women both have been through this, so it's like following the breadcrumbs, right?
I was just gonna say, it's like when you can meet your pain with curiosity.
Yeah, it's following the breadcrumbs.
I feel like that almost is like a little bit of an introduction into this like inner child
Yeah.
too, because childlike energy is to be curious, to be exploratory.
Yeah,
and so if
absolutely.
you can meet your lived experience and the pain and the weight that has, and just like be curious of like, I wonder if there's a different way for me to experience this.
Yeah.
I wonder if there's a different lens to look through this, a different perspective that opens you up to seeing like everything that's possible.
Yeah.
And all the work that you're doing, and it's beautiful and it's profound, because you came to me
Yeah.
in your state of curiosity.
Absolutely. I was
And
absolutely.
then look where you are.
Jill, like,
Dude,
what is going on with
girl,
me? I'm
first of all,
seeking.
First of all, she came to me.
I sure
And
did.
she-
She was my first
And now she's a
hypnotherapist.
published author.
But can we talk about that? I'm
Yeah.
just so proud of you,
Well,
truly,
thank
because
you.
you came to me and you were seeking. You were like, there has to be something else. There has to be something
Yeah,
more.
absolutely.
And even in our first session, you were experiencing those inner blocks.
Yeah.
You couldn't quite open that door because we were doing past life
Remember, I
regression
wouldn't
work.
open the door.
You
You're like,
wouldn't.
you want to? I'm like, no, I don't want to open
Yeah.
it.
But that's okay. But you took the step. You were curious
Yeah.
enough to start. But also look what that rippled out into.
It was amazing. It's been amazing. It's
Like,
been an amazing,
if that-
amazing journey.
To be a witness of that is meaningful to me.
Thank you.
And so for anyone watching this and listening, you can also know like it just takes wondering what else.
Yeah, it
Like,
does.
It could, like, what if I could feel differently about this?
Yeah.
What if I
Yeah.
could put this down? What if I could try something different? Like that truly unlocks such a beautiful door.
Yeah.
Dare I say it?
Yeah,
Or
absolutely.
just like a new pathway, a new neural pathway of experiencing life. And I think the biggest risk that we face when we are like really at that cusp in this work is what's worse?
Yeah.
Me going through the fire, right? Of
Walk
change,
through the fire.
walk, right?
The book
or
has fire.
Sure
Walk
does.
through
And-
the fire.
and like admitting
Walk through the fire.
yes, and like understanding that the biggest barrier I've ever had in my life is myself,
Mm-hmm.
or do I stay small
True.
and complacent in that experience?
And I think like as the person who was like all my perfectionism, it was mirroring back to me that I wasn't enough, to then be able to get to experience that at your worst you are worthy of all the love.
Mm.
Like that is really like once you get there,
Yeah.
you're
Beautiful.
insatiable. You're not going to stop. You're going to keep going. It's such a fuel to continue healing and to expand and to grow and to become an embodied, authentic version of yourself, even as you will always have more work to do in that journey. And thank
Always.
goodness, because that feels so good to really understand that at your worst, you actually deserve all the love that there is to experience.
Yeah.
And I think that is what like is almost such a, you know, you're ready when you're ready, you know, you can't force being
there's no
ready.
right or wrong time.
Right. But if there is any spark of curiosity, I wonder, does it have to be this pain? Does it have to be this way? There's any spark of that, it
Right.
really doesn't take much. It, you know, like programs like your Sacred Mirror sound perfect for just acquainting a person with their own lovable inner selves.
Yeah, it's the path to your inner healer, and that's what I say. It's what I say about being a spiritual midwife. Your soul's gonna lead you, okay? Your soul's gonna lead you. It's somebody who's gonna come that has a spark, and I'm kind of throwing gasoline on it. So intuitive, it's true. You're
I
throwing
like
a little
that.
gasoline on it.
Yeah.
So you know, being an intuitive spiritual healer, which we all are from different modalities. You're channeling down messages of, so you're sitting with each individual person or client, right? As you know, you were with me. So you're going to kind of know what that person is. So you're going to kind of know what kind of questions to ask to trigger that person. They're going to come forth with it. I've had clients say, well, how are you going to heal me? I'm not. You are.
Right.
I'm
Yeah.
going to give you the tools to the inner healer because you're your healer.
Yeah.
There's no savior.
Yeah.
You are your healer. You are. We all have the tools
Yeah.
beneath the trauma.
Mhm.
We are not our trauma. We are our light. So, and you know, you have to go through this. This is stuff that I believe in my heart that I had to go through a lot of adversities and a lot of things to become the medicine, to help others, to become their medicine, right? So this is all part of someone's spiritual path, and people do come to it because everybody's soul has a time of awakening. Every soul has a time of awakening. Some's in this life, some may start in this life, and then they evolve through each life or new lessons.
Sure.
But when we're talking especially about inner child, where I want to go with that is why it's so important to start with that is because we carry that through our life. Into relationships,
Yep.
we wonder why we keep recycling the same type of relationship because you're seeking your unhealed trauma. You're seeking the love of your parent, your mother-father wound, and then you're marrying that. Maybe once, maybe twice. It depends how long, maybe more. It depends how quickly you start to accept it. Stop self-loathing and start getting into self-acceptance.
Ooh.
Right?
Yeah.
And that's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard, but once you get that point of self-love and it's hard and you realize that your shadows are really the path to your light. It really is. It's the path to your light. It's a journey. It's a lifelong journey, and don't ever fool yourself to think you'll ever be healed.
Right. Yeah.
You're not going to ever be healed. It's a constant evolution, but there's so many levels. And so,
Right, because what you find out is this thing that seems so much bigger than you as a shadow.
right.
Once you understand and you do the work to love yourself in that shadow, you realize that the next thing that happens is becoming empowered,
Yeah.
becoming bigger than the shadow, giving yourself healing
Yeah.
for exactly the wound that shadow caused. And almost as terrible as the shadow felt, the light feels just that much more amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's, it's empowering to be able to look at these, we say shadow aspects of yourself. But,
Right.
I mean, how else can we describe that? Like the
inequity people think they are, the things that make them like have that self-loathing, whether it be whatever you're struggling with.
Exactly. So I think to be able to look at that with detachment and compassion at the same time.
Yeah.
Because maybe you say this to me all the time. You're like, that's a compelling story.
Yeah.
That could be true about you.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
you're so patient with me. Thank you.
You're a powerful teacher.
For me challenging you.
See,
so
you
much.
might think I'm stubborn Taurus, but I'd be listening.
You be listening.
And I be digesting it.
And I do be challenging.
But I be
in your own time.
in my own time.
Yes.
But I
Yeah.
also
Would you?
be citing my sources. And Taurus, I'm a Taurus queen. Leo queen, Heather Green.
Yeah.
That's a compelling story, right? That I am in lack or I'm unworthy and whatever, but there's also another story. There's another experience. But to also look at that's an experience I've had and I know that experience. But for you, and this is what I think so much of what your work is, and okay, I'm rambling, but so much of our work as healers, we are the expert of what we know.
Right.
This course wouldn't exist if you didn't have to go through the fire first.
No, you have
lead
to
us
go through it. You have to go through it.
I have to say, my husband, who is my favorite Capricorn, he actually today, it was just today.
Cappy?
So interesting that this conversation happened today, and we were talking about, he's not like spiritually leaning like in that cultural type of person, but I was talking about like, what do you call it when you have to go back in and you have to like really explore something deep? And I was like, I call it shadow work, and it's kind of like getting to the bottom of something. And I was like, he said that he decided to call it root work.
That's perfect.
And I love that, because it really
it is
is
root
about
work.
like, why don't I find out more about who I am in my core space?
That's
I
so
love
true.
that.
My
Good job, James.
business.
know.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Proud of you, Cappy.
It's so that's your root chakra, and that's like even like what my logo is, heal the root so the tree is stable. And that
Sure.
it's the truth. It's you gotta heal the root.
Yeah.
The root's your childhood. It is. It's your childhood trauma. It's generational too. A lot of it's ancestral. So the great thing for people, if they ever want to do the soul blueprint, is that later on you can look back and understand why you went through certain things, because it'll show you your shadow and your light.
Mhm.
It shows you your karmic correction.
To the extent where I would even challenge somebody and say that thing you think you're worst at, that story you keep telling yourself,
Yeah.
look a little closer,
Yeah.
because that just might bring you your ultimate joy in overcoming and becoming the expert on that matter.
It always will.
And that's the
Your
that's the game.
wound, your under your wound is your purpose for why you're here. It is. And it'll show. I've done blueprints and they're like, wow, this is me. Yeah, I know it's you. You tell me it's you. I
Yeah.
know it's gonna be
Yeah.
you because it's your soul blueprint, but
Yeah.
you have to tell me it's you. I'm gonna give it
Right.
to you and you tell me if you resonate with it.
Yeah.
And I always tell everybody, if you're not happy with it, then I'll refund you. Nobody's asked for a refund because
Sure,
everybody's like, these 58 pages have been, but you gotta let them work through it first. It's
Yeah.
not something you do right away. It's not. The
Is
inner
that-
child, the shadow work has to be done first.
Is that soul blueprint something you do in your one-on-one sessions?
The soul blueprint is something that somebody can get, that I would do for somebody who's spiritually aware, that maybe
Okay.
just wants that. Like I
At
have a
any
friend,
point in time.
I have a friend who does sound bowls. She's very spiritually aware. She asked for it. I did it, and she was profoundly happy with it. I do that. I actually put that in my 12 coaching session as part of the
Okay.
12 coaching sessions.
Got
As
it.
at towards we're getting towards the end,
Mhm.
you've done 12 sessions. After 12 sessions, you should have a good foundation of who you are, what you're
Yeah.
going through, because then your soul's going to take over.
And I love how it gives so much clarity and makes something so simple. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, your purpose is everything you thought you were not this whole time.
Right.
Turns out you are.
But you don't know what you are because you have to do the self
You have to find out what you're not.
reflection. You have to do the self awareness,
Mhm.
and we're only told what we're programmed to think.
Mhm.
So if we're told a certain way, right? Like this is, and when I was younger too, my biggest thing was I didn't feel seen. You know what I mean? I didn't feel seen.
Yeah.
And then in school, I was told I talked too much. Then it shut me down.
Mm.
And it's so important to. And I, now my daughter, we have our first grandbaby, and it's so great that she's spiritual because let's let him flow. I did his
Right.
birth chart.
What's
and
his big three?
huh?
What's his big three?
Well, he's a Virgo,
Oh.
but and he's so peaceful though. But I'll
Aw.
tell you, this kid is like already representing. Like here's his first 5 years. Not that you have to raise him by that way, but if you see him trying to. We push people to do things that we want them to do,
Right.
when really they really just guide them and follow
Mhm.
follow our passion.
Yeah. Be who you are, not who I want you to be, or an
Right. Be-
iteration of myself.
Yeah, so just to go back to, I don't know a lot of people who know about you guys, the ancestral stuff, but we were all healers in a past life, right?
Mhm.
Well, that probably gets shut down for a while.
Yeah.
So then later in my life, I became a nurse. So now the healer part's coming out again. Then my daughter's a nurse. Now my niece is going to be a nurse. So that lineage is coming back through the generation
Wow.
because it's feeling safe again.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Where I was the
Psyched
first, right?
For
Great.
that. That's amazing.
It is. And I used to feel like, and I know a lot of people feel like the black sheep in their family, right? Or I don't fit in.
Yeah.
Well, they're your karmic family. They're not your soul family, but you're not meant to fit in because you're the generational curse breaker.
Right.
You are meant to be that
Yeah.
person who's, going to break
Yeah,
those
we
things.
were talking about ancestral healing and looking at, and I was like, oh, you know what? I kind of am like leaving my ancestors alone, not really. Do you remember that
Yeah,
conversation?
you're
we
like,
had?
I don't want to fuck with them.
Yeah. Well, I was like, you know what? I was like, maybe I need to go back and I need to just kind of like check in and see if that's still true, if I still feel that way. And so this was very recent, but I think it was on Halloween.
Yeah.
And I was like doing my ritual to kind of tap into my ancestor energy. And literally what I got was like, no, you were right the first time. We were all about XYZ and you're totally undoing that. So we're not really interested in working with you because you're not actually representing what we want to bring forth. You're kind of demolishing all of that, being what I would call the cycle breaker, but they were actually like kind of giving me an indication of like, no, you were right because we're not really here to support you either. And I was like, all right, got it. Thanks, ancestors.
They didn't want to support you
close
in it?
No.
No.
No. So that was my personal journey.
Yeah.
And I was in acceptance of that, and I was kind of like, okay, that, you know, that makes the most sense from what I had experienced and what's going on. And it really helped me. I know. I know.
Did they want you not to break the generational curses?
Correct.
They didn't want you to.
Right.
Okay.
So what I
Rude.
I know, it's so rude, right? But it was kind of it was like a place of acceptance. It was just like, yeah, you're not our people, we're not your people. Like, to the extent where it was like, maybe even your DNA is not our DNA, like in a weird, somehow that could be true. I don't know exactly how. But what it helped me to do was realize the chosen family and the people that I do have, that I do connect with more than my blood relatives, and to reach out more to them and to really find that comfort with them. And it's weird how that sounds terrible, right? But it's just like, the truth is comforting in a way. So it didn't feel like a grief or anything like that.
I mean, that just sounds like validation from what you already knew.
Yeah.
So did you feel grief around that?
No. Mm-mm.
It was more like, yeah, I knew that.
Yeah.
You guys ain't shit.
Right.
I was like, why'd you give me this job?
I'm like, we are not friends, ancestors. We are not friends.
You know, it's funny because when that happens, it's like when you find out that, and then you know, and then you're like, well, why me?
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
and it's like, well, because you're the one who's willing to feel all that, because you have to feel the trauma.
You said it right there.
Right? Yeah, you're the one who's you're the one who's here. You're the one who's gonna feel this.
It's that right there.
Yeah.
It's that right there. Being willing to feel the
I don't
full
even know if I was
experience.
willing. I was just like, what the hell? We're gonna go with
But
it.
you could, and you did.
I did, yeah. It's a
Something,
road, man.
Something
It's a road.
in you told you that you could handle it.
Yeah, my soul was like, you're doing
This
it.
is what's going
This
on.
is where you're going to do.
I think that's the thing, because not everyone is willing to do that.
Yeah.
Feeling the pain, the discomfort of that it really deters so many people.
I
see it all the time.
I think you know too. I knew when I was younger, as a child even,
Yeah.
I knew that I was some form of having some healing abilities. I just always felt it. And then, you know, there was a story. I'll tell you this story about my older daughter Nicole's nephew, or her cousin. He had a kidney issue. And he needed a kidney. Like, he needed the kidney, or, you know, the kid would have died. And I just felt like taking him to, because I went to like a church where they laid hands on you, and, you know, they practiced that type of, you know, like healing hands.
Yeah.
And that kid wound up getting a kidney.
Oh.
It's like intuitively I knew to bring him. Well, it was my, you know, your spirit. And then later on in life, it kind of led me to, I always knew I wanted to be a nurse. But life deterred me. I had a child young, so I had to get a job, and then it turned me back to the healing part of it. So that's following your soul without even understanding your path, right? You're not sure why you're doing certain things, and then it just starts to feel more natural.
Yeah, it's a calling.
It's it's definitely a calling. And even in what I would say with nursing, I would say, it's like my ears are ringing right now. It's not a job, it's a calling. And everybody has one. Everybody has a calling.
Because I think about being a nurse and I'm like, oh, this does not feel like that. But like, thank goodness that's what that's such a needed thing.
Yeah, but it's
What you
weird
do.
because now think about it. I don't believe at all in Western medicine.
Right.
At all. That shit's no good.
That,
Okay.
You heard it here first.
It's not.
That's
Go
just
do-
no good.
So I must, another life I was a medicine woman, because now I'm all about ashwagandha. I go about herbs, and you know what I mean? I'm doing juicing. So I'm always about holistic. So it took me in the nursing field to then lead me through my awakening into holistic. I'm much more into the holistic practice. And now the trauma of why people do get physically sick,
Emotional
which I think that's why I needed to understand the nursing part, right?
Yeah.
To bring in the body piece of it to the actual healing piece.
That's
of
a
it.
really
You
beautiful
know,
journey.
you need to
can
know
track.
the rules to break them.
I just figured that out right now, by the way, that little piece.
Well, look at that.
Like that
hindsight,
piece
so
of why
beautiful.
I became a nurse to only turn around to become this type of nurse
Right.
now.
It was
so.
root work.
Yeah, it was root work. It was root work, yeah.
And tell us, I know we're like closing, getting ready to end here today, but you have mentioned growing up well,
Yeah.
so you mentioned that your gift is underneath your trauma, and
Yeah.
then you mentioned that growing up you were silenced, and
Yeah.
previously you told me what your answer was to that, like within the last year especially.
Yeah.
Do you mind sharing how you've been healing that wound and how your gift, the trauma of being silenced has turned into a gift for you?
Yeah, because now it's like I know through my journey, through hypnotherapy, through, ayahuasca, through all sorts of modalities, through a major, every different deep dive of my birth chart, that I'm meant to be seen. There's healing codes in my voice. It comes in, and I don't understand it because I was like petrified when I thought I have to be seen. What? And I remember doing my first Instagram video. I'm like, I can't do that.
Yeah.
I can't do that. But then, the universe and God kind of opened doors to then make sure now I got like that episode for the Legacy Makers, which was talking about wounds and my passion and my purpose of why Divinity Life Coaching was born. But I do believe in previous lives through my thing, we were silenced.
Right.
We were silenced. Our gifts were silenced. Our intuition was silenced. And now it's like, this life, I will not be silenced.
Now you're on interviews, you're
I
writing
won't be
books,
silenced.
you're speaking engagements,
Yeah, I'm not
you're
gonna be silenced.
here tonight.
Because nobody should be silenced. Everybody has something important to say. Everybody has something important to share. And everybody should feel love.
Yeah.
We are love.
Yeah.
Everybody has all these different ways of practicing religion, however they want to call it, but the universal is just, it's love.
Yeah.
It's seeing each other that we all are one in different ways. So now, to be honest, there's a lot of people I don't like. Honestly,
Sure.
there is, but I see souls.
Oh, very decisively, bro.
Yeah. There's a lot of people I don't like. But you know what? I see souls. And I see that they all have childhood trauma.
Yeah.
I'm not codependent to it, and I don't make excuses for it.
Sure.
Because people have to take the initiative to do the work.
Yeah.
You have to do the root work.
Yeah.
And some people just won't.
Mm-hmm.
And
It's their choice.
when you're spiritual and you really are a healed empath, and I just want to say this, is that narcissism and empaths come from the same wound.
Mm-hmm.
They absolutely came from the same wound, okay? A healed empath no longer overgives to be loved.
Right.
Narcissists take to be loved.
Mm-hmm.
So it's harder for them to heal because they take.
Yeah.
And empaths give, right?
Mm-hmm.
So once you're healed and you're a healed empath, people think, oh, you're all light and love. Oh, no, I got to be honest. I'll tell someone to fuck off way quicker now.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
hope that's
yeah,
okay
yeah.
to say. You can filter that out.
No,
But there's
keep it.
such a
Okay.
strong boundary of, yes, I am a kind person. I'm not always nice. I'm
Right.
kind. I'm always kind.
Yeah.
But you learn your value.
Mm-hmm.
You learn your boundaries.
Yeah.
And that's empowerment.
Yeah. Well, it really sounds like what you teach, you practice. You've
Yeah,
gone
absolutely.
through.
You have to.
You're the expert.
You
of
have to.
What you're talking about, which is beautiful.
You have to live it.
Yeah.
You can teach anything. You can't teach this kind of transformational coaching by getting a or psychiatry degree, anything.
Just by reading the book.
You can't. You gotta live it. You gotta be down in the trenches with people so that you
Mhm.
can really energetically understand the path to it.
And so
Yeah.
we're creating a container
Yeah.
on the 13th of
Yes.
December.
Yes, we are.
This is from 10 to 2 on Saturday, December 13th. The three of us are going to be holding space here at Ritual Wellness Space to talk about shadow work and
Yeah.
introduce these concepts of inner child work
Yeah.
and the mirror work through our different modalities, talking about your experience and the
Yeah, all of
content
us.
in your courses. I'll be guiding us through some guided imagery journey and then also doing some energy work, but also Heather has a perspective on relationships as well that definitely tie into this work.
Mm-hmm.
Feminine, masculine. That's definitely
Right.
all of it.
So if you're interested in that, we'll definitely be sharing more information around that soon.
Yeah.
But we would love for anyone who's been moved by this conversation, or if you resonate, let us know in the comments, but also join us. Join us in that space. I think it's going to be a really nurturing, yummy conversation, experience, and container for all of us to be those empowered mirrors back to each other
Yeah.
in this journey.
And even if you're slight bit interested, don't fear. You know what I mean? if that curiosity is peaking, it's your soul kind of knocking.
Synchronicity.
You
Let
know
it
what
be
I
a
mean? It's a synchronicity. It's going to bring you. Follow it. Because we were all there, right? We were all
Yeah.
there. We were all like, I think I might be going crazy, or I might be having an awakening. I'm not sure,
I feel
but
like I'm still there all the time. I go back there.
You know-
I like
Yeah.
to cycle back to that.
It's a daily checklist.
Yeah.
well, it's ego
Crazy.
death. It's ego death growth. Ego death growth.
Yeah,
ego
it
death
is.
growth.
It's
That
cyclical.
is.
You know, but yeah, it's going to be very enlightening. And you know, you got 3 different modalities, have all been through a spirit similar. We all have, people who go through a spiritual awakening have similar but different paths, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So thank you guys for having me.
Well, thank you for
So
being
glad you're
here.
Yeah, I'm so
here.
glad I came. Thank you.
Thank you for being here.
Yeah, thank you.
Join us every Wednesday. We go live at 7.
Yeah.
Hopefully next week my voice will be back, and that'll be great.
We're gonna do some energy work.
Yeah,
on our
thank
throat
you.
chakra.
We're gonna unpack the situation. But thank you all for coming. Thanks
Yeah.
for joining us on this journey. We'll see you next time.
Yeah, thank you.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.